Hey there, veteran guardians and new light players. This is Delta 115 bringing you guys a Destiny 2 video. In today's video, this is part 2 of the dungeon Sundered Doctrine, and we're going to be completing the remaining quest steps for the dungeon quest, the Drowning Labyrinth. Now, if I pull this up, I've already completed one quest step, and that was just completing the dungeon on any difficulty. But quest steps 2 all the way to 11 is going to be covering up a series of puzzles along with collectibles, and I believe at the end of this quest it's going to give me a exotic catalyst for the dungeon's exotic linear fusion rifle, Finality's Auger. I think I spelled that one correctly. Unfortunately, I do not have that linear fusion rifle, and if I do, I will let you guys know in the video. If not, it is what it is. But I believe I'm able to obtain the catalyst without worrying about the weapon, because usually you get the weapon and then you get the catalyst, but I don't think that would be a problem when you're completing this dungeon quest. So if there's a chance I can obtain the catalyst without the weapon, then that's good. I don't need to worry about it, and I can, I don't know, maybe run a couple of dungeon runs to get the exotic weapon, and then I don't need to worry about the catalyst. But yeah, as I said, all these quest steps is going to take me to a series of puzzles, followed by collectibles to find, and it's going to take me, I think, 3 full dungeon runs to finish this. And what I mean full dungeon runs is because you had to do a puzzle, followed by 3 collectibles. And once you get the 3 collectibles, you gotta interact with some podium, and then you have to complete the dungeon. And then you have to rinse and repeat that again and again. So, yeah, that was the basic of it, pretty much. But don't worry, if you're still confused about it, I will place the gameplay of each quest step so you guys have a better understanding of how to do it, and do it with a team, a fire team, which I have to go get right now. Possibly a couple, but yeah, it is what it is. So without further ado, I will provide the steps as I go along, gameplay wise, so that way you can see it visually. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am in the Sundered Doctrine Dungeon, and this is quest step number 2. So once you're in the dungeon, start off normally, you notice the bridge. So instead of proceeding ahead of the bridge, you're going to turn around, and there's an opening. In here, you'll see this wheel there. There's a bunch of NPCs from the Witch Queen, as you guys remember the Enclave social space. So once you're in this room, you're going to need to find a report according to here. So we have to pick up a hidden report on your findings and enter their proposed code into the pyramid's machinery in their base camp. So that's the machinery. So we need to find the code. So I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'm going to look around because this is pretty new to me. Anything here? Nope. Somewhere around. Oh, there we go. Okay, so once you're here, I guess where these tables are, interact with this. There we go. We got some hidden research. Is this it? Yep. And now we need to input a code. So okay, so there's the activate. So we have to shoot the code. Does it give details of it? Sorry, I just want to be sure. Looking at it, it doesn't show us a code. So I think, I guess we have to put it in. I'm gonna look it up for a minute. Okay, I think I know what to put in. So it's gonna be Savathun. Enter pyramid. See if that works.
Oh, opening the curtains for me? Well, that's a kindness done for a nosy neighbor. Don't mind me watching over your shoulder till I can find my own way inside. I'm ever so curious about Rolf's interior decor.
Okay, so quest step number 2 is done. We're now moving on to quest step number 3, which is find Rolf's experimental hive worms and hunt down a group of dread studying the workings of the pyramid to claim their knowledge. So we need to go find that. Oh, there's something else along with it. With greater insight into its inner workings, more of the pyramid may reveal itself to you. Okay, so I don't know about the second one, but we'll focus on the worms. Well, the first worm, because it's not far away, actually. So, the first worm, if you start from here, we're gonna go to the bridge. So, once you're at the bridge area, instead of going the normal route, which is on the left, you're gonna go underneath. I hit a hidden platform, but... Oh, I hit 2! Okay. Wasn't expecting that, but... Yeah, you're gonna fall down, and then you're gonna be here. And in this room, there it is. An experimental hive worm, or... worm collectible number 1, we'll just say. So we're gonna pick this up.
They didn't ask to be born into this world. Sad, unloved things, put together so hastily. Now they're searching for a way to make it better. Something to bandage their spiritual boo-boos. But you like them bleeding, don't you? Makes them easier to kill.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot. Each collectible worm throughout this dungeon is going to have some dialogue from Savathun. So keep that in mind. Also, there's a symbol on the wall, and that's the witness. Now I'm going to keep this in record because this symbol will help me in the later parts of the quest. So, now that you got the first collectible, you're going to have trouble getting back up. Well, you don't need to because there's platforms that can take you up back into the dungeon. As you can see, we're back here, and you can see the dread right there. Pretty neat, huh? But yeah, that's the first worm collectible. I will show you guys the next 2. Okay, so this is after the first encounter, and where are you guys? Oh, you're over there. Okay, I gotta get across. Is it by you guys? Okay. No, I have not get the stolen dread thing. Okay. Oh, no. Oh god, Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright.
The dread who moved into my brother's ship, I won't defend. What a nasty group of people. Villains to their core. But I have had some lovely conversations with subjugators elsewhere, you know. Elegant minds on them. It's nice to engage in a little girl talk.
It's plug 1 and the pulse. This is where the next swarm is, right? Go climb up there, yeah. Over there. Yeah, there's a... Yep, got it.
Play a game with me, Guardian. Imagine yourself among the Dread, raised by an uncaring god, burdened with duties you never asked for. Always praying for word from the silent thing that made you. How would that feel? A distant leap of imagination for you, I'm sure.
Yep, yeah, there it is. Alright, I'll put in the code now. Witness, give, and darkness. There you are. Yep, we got it. Yeah, not to mention... Oh, nice. Yep. We have to pick up the knowledge and put it into a plate, yeah. Get a quick study. Oh, there's one. There's one. Yeah, I noticed that now. Nope. What? Oh, there. Where's the plate? Oh, okay, I see it. Yep. There you go. Are we done? Okay. Yep. Yep, I got it. We have to complete. Yeah. So our next step is to complete the dungeon. So that's where we need the checkpoint. Let's move. That's fine. Got him. Nice. I got boots. And we progress.
Feel that one from all the way outside.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are now at quest step number 6 of the Drowning Labyrinth Quest. Now, you guys are wondering what happened to quest step number 5. Well, let me give you guys a brief description of that quest step. So let me go pull out my quest. And if we go to quest step number 5 here, it says, wait for the hidden researchers to complete their study of the information you brought them from inside the pyramid. Now, the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, this step was a time gate step, meaning that once you have completed the previous steps and reached quest step number 5, you gotta wait for the weekly reset. Now, this happened when this quest and the dungeon was released in Act 2 of episode Heresy. But because I'm playing now on the last week of June, this step is bypassed. So if anybody's playing the dungeon right now for the first time with this quest, you don't need to worry about quest step number 5. And it skips you to quest step number 6, which we are here right now. So, In quest step number 6, it's the same process as the previous ones. Become initiate, get the next 3 laboratory worms, and find the hive secrets, which is the pyramid data. So first, let's get initiated. Also, I forgot to mention to you guys, which I should apologize. The first time I started, if you notice on the left side, you see the word first tier initiate. That's when I picked up the first, research data and then found the first 3 worms. And then now that we're here in this step, we're going to change that word. So right now we need to become initiated. So if you're around this area here, we're going to pick up this research paper. As you can see on the left side, once again, it changed from first tier initiate to second tier initiate. So that means we can proceed with the worms now. So right now, the worms aren't here nearby. They're going to be in the later parts of the dungeon, which I will show you guys real soon. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, while I'm waiting for my fire team, because I don't know if they're going to arrive yet, I will show you guys worm collectible number 4. Now this is before the first encounter, and you're going to be in this area where there's going to be some dread, including 2 yellow bar subjugators, one that is strand, one that is stasis. Once you defeat them, you're going to go to this part where you see that hidden ledge that you need to interact with. Once you're here, you're going to be at this part. So what you're going to do is you're going to go fall down 2 steps here. Ooh, okay, then turn around. You're going to go where that white diamond is. Oh. Nope, I think I failed my part. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. The good part is you can backtrack, so that's pretty good. So I just climbed back up, and I think that might be it. So, yep. So once you land here, you'll see this activate interaction. So activate this. And there you go. So we're gonna keep going forward, and there is worm collectible number 4. Let's pick it up.
Tides are too rich for my blood these days. I subsist on lighter fare, air and sweet nothings. But I can feel the hive near you sending on their tithes ever so dutifully. Now who do you think is collecting the dues?
Oh, okay, yeah, here I am. So go here, go down here, and then I gotta. Oh, I see. You step on top of that thing and then it brings it down. That's pretty cool. All right.
Air, Yule, I haven't been on speaking terms with those old invertebrates in a long time. But I've got 3 good eyes, and I can see the smoke going up from the temple chimney. A god with a bargain to make is rarely left waiting for his priest.
Okay, I think. I have to get across here. And yep, this is it.
Don't the hive down there look perfectly gormless? Following along with the dread. No plans of their own. I certainly can't believe all my nieces and nephews are that dull. And that leads their nasty-minded auntie to think, what's everyone else up to?
There we go. Now all I need to do is finish the second encounter, get to that part where that knight gives the worm thing, I guess, and then we're set. And then there's a thing there I have to put in. All right. Oh yeah, there he is. Got it. Yeah, but still got time. Yep. Coming through, got the worm. Alright, I see it. Placing it. Danger close. Alright. Like that. Yep, I got mine done. Oh, we just... Alright. Become initiated, 3 more worms, and
from all the way outside.
get the puzzle done. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, for quest step number 8, you don't need to worry about this because it's exactly the same thing as quest step number 5, which is a time gate step. And it says, as the previous one, wait for the hidden researchers to complete their study of the information you brought them from inside the pyramid. So, because, again, as I've already started this quest on the last week of June, this step is already automatically done. Leading us to quest step number 9, where we have to become initiated once again, obtain the last 3 worm collectibles to give us a total of 9, and complete the control chamber found. And unfortunately, the the control chamber was automatically done for me because the fire team I joined, they've already inputted the code, but I will show you guys the code so you don't need to, worry about it. The rest of the stuff is already done. I have some gameplay for each of them, so you can see how it's done. So, for the code, once you pick up the papers to become third tier initiate, and collected the last 3 worms, you're gonna restart the dungeon. You're gonna come over here, and then you're gonna do this. So you're gonna find Guardian. Yep, there we go. And remembers. I'm trying to remember what remembers was. Oh, knowledge. And fleet. Up there. I think that's the code. Yep. Alright. You input that. And then you'll get this deep within the pyramid, something shifts. So this is the code that leads you to the control chamber. So I will provide gameplay of where the papers are, as well as the worms and the control chamber. Actually, I will show you guys worm number 7, followed by the control chamber, because the control chamber is after the first encounter, and then I'll show you guys after that counter worm collectibles 8 and 9, which will lead us to the quest step number 10, and that is, if I go to my quest here, which is return to Roke's vault and discover what's beyond its door. So meaning you have to complete the dungeon once again. Where's the paper? Oh, there. There you go. I'm now third tier initiated. On the right side, right? Where do we go from here? Oh yeah, here. And then go here, right? Oh, it's shooting door. That is the weirdest shooty door ever. Jeez Louise. Oh, almost crushed me there, but I'm good.
Do you think about desires? About the animating forces of those who don't look like you? I'm not convinced you do. What does a puka dream of growing up to be? Or a ship? They're terribly opinionated. Sapience isn't the exclusive domain of the bipedal. You provincial Earthlings tend to ignore that.
Ah, so many enemies. That lens over there is pointing out of nowhere. Okay, yeah, there we go. Then it points to that. Points to this. Which then points to... Yep. Yep, I'll be on there. Rotate that. Alright, it's pointed that way. Nice. Did I got? Oh yeah, I got it. All I need is the worms now. Yep. Yep. That's what I'm doing. Jumping from side to side to side. Okay. And made it.
All these secrets, all these hidden passages, rebuilding itself to purpose whenever necessary. This ship's a tricksy one. Not the first ship full of corpses I've come across in my time. I believe I'd find it homey.
The last room's in this room, right? Oh, it's at the back, okay. There we go. Yep, here it is.
Plenty of beings play a strong hand on the wheel. A hierarchy is comforting. You always know where you stand. What a stultifying way to live. What an unimaginative game where pieces always move as they're told. I'm escaping them all, honey. Hierarchies, games. But if a piece wants to place itself in my hands, who am I to say no?
There you go. That's where I am right now.
I could feel that one from all the way outside. Oh my. A failed grasp at power. Poor dears. The dread are in a pickle. They need something, anything to feel whole. And you thwart them at every turn. Does that make you feel big and strong? Like a hero? Like a killer?
I think it's supposed to open by now. Yep, there's 3. There's another 3. And the last 3. Nice.
As evil Arad has her hammer, and Sabakun her scalpel, so the king wields a chisel. With it I claw the tablets of ruin. Anywhere I make my mark, there I create the world anew. There I cut death into the shape of my victory. So it is written. So it is.
Yep.
Brother. That Rolk stepped on even the shadow of Oryx's robes. That he dared to lock
Sorry,
away
don't
Oryx's
take me out of orbit
secrets.
yet. I just need to listen.
And I, never aware of his tools within my court. I'll break down those walls sooner or later. You can bet your boots on that, Guardian.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the final step for the Drowning Labyrinth Quest, and that is talking to Ikora Ray for debriefing. Now, unfortunately, I did not get the catalyst for the Finality's Auger, so that means I have to get the gun first, then get the catalyst. And because I don't have access to the back room again, I don't need to worry about it. All I need to do is, once I get the exotic weapon, I have to start the dungeon fresh, go to the wheel code, and input worm gives guardian. As you can see the screenshot right there. And once I input the code, I gotta play the dungeon normal until I reach the boss, and once I defeated the boss, the back room would open, and then I would interact with the chest as the result of getting the Finality's Auger catalyst. Now, how to get this weapon is going to be beyond me. Pretty much I have to do it once per week per character. So hopefully RNG is going to be better for me next week, because this week I got nothing. So anyways, we're at the tower. We're going to talk to Ikora Ray for our final step, and that's it.
Anything you need?
Let's see. Ikora contemplating a report, looks up at the sound of your approach. There was an artifact of the Taken King himself at the center of Rolk's vaults. The tool with which Oryx carved the tablets of ruin. Containment is key here. We cannot allow anyone into that vault. Not the Hive, not the Dread, and certainly not Savathun herself. As dangerous as it is, there's power in it we may be able to use. Rolk forged a connection between the chisel and his own ship, affecting the one many affect the other. Or so my hidden have suggested. Ikora hands over the report she was studying. If you can glean anything else from Rolk's ship, do. And please be assured that nobody unauthorized will be getting in anytime soon. The Hidden are setting up a perimeter as we speak. Well done, Guardian. The Vanguard's faith in you has never yet been misplaced, sorry. And if I may say, thank you for coming home safe. Her smile is one of the warmth and relief, but most of all, of pride. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the Drowning Labyrinth Quest. Alright, before I end this video, ladies and gentlemen, there's one thing I want to show you in the dungeon, and that is the ability to focus weapons and armor. So, once you completed the Drowning Labyrinth Quest, you should have the Triumph, which you saw earlier, and that is called Hidden Treasures. So complete the Drowning Labyrinth Quest to gain the ability to focus gear in the Sundered Doctrine Dungeon. Now you guys are wondering how to do this. Well, first off, you're going to be here at the, I'm going to call this the wheel code, pretty much. So you're going to be in this room, and you noticed already that I'm 3rd tier initiate. Well, it's going to be upgraded, ladies and gentlemen, because once you're here in this room, you're going to see this paper right here. And once I pick it up, as you can see on the left, I am now fully initiated. So that means I can input the code to the back room. So that back room for quest step number 10, that's the chest that would focus your desired armor or weapons. Now, first off, you're going to need to input the code. As I mentioned earlier, there's this code that you get when you unlocked quest step number 9, where you have to go to that command chamber place. It gives you a code which is Worm Gives Guardian. So let me go and input the code and I'll show you. So Worm Give and Guardian. Activate this. So once you activate that, head towards the exit, and on your way to the exit you'll see this hunter, and beside the hunter is a blank icon. So to give you some context, this icon will be the icon you selected for your desired piece. So you're gonna see this more often, so I will show you one of the icons. So if you guys recall, of the 9 worm locations, and each of them has a symbol for you to input, those symbols can be interactive. So right now I am going to the first worm room, and if you go towards the symbol, so we're in the first worm room, and if you interact with this, it does this interaction and it's glowing. So each symbol from the 9 worm rooms contains a desired armor piece or weapon that you want to focus. And I don't have the list right now, it will show up momentarily. But if you want to know what that means, let me go to my badges real quick. Sorry about that. I have so many badges. So, let me give you some context. So there are 9 symbols, meaning that you have, 9 pieces of equipment that you can farm in the dungeon. 5 pieces are armor, and 4 of them are weapons. So, again, let me just go pull up a list right here of which symbol goes to which weapon or armor piece. There we go. So as you can see on the screen right now, ladies and gentlemen, these are the symbols and which symbol will represent which armor piece or weapon. And once you selected your desired icon, as you see here, I just picked this one up, you're gonna play the dungeon as normal. Once you played the dungeon and defeated the boss, the back room would open, and the chest where you completed quest step number 10 and where the exotic catalyst for the Finality's Auger is, it's going to give you the specific armor piece or weapon that you desire. So, unfortunately I can't show you gameplay, so the images I provided you right here will give you some context of what I'm trying to explain, and hopefully you guys understand. Pretty much it's self-explanatory, but I want to warn you, ladies and gentlemen, you can get this desired armor piece and weapon once per character per week. And another warning, ladies and gentlemen, and this is very important. You have to be sure that your armor or weapons that you obtain in the dungeon are in your collections or discovered in your collections. The reason why, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know why though, but the reason why is probably the Bungie code or something like that. So, what I'm trying to say is that if you're trying to go for a weapon or armor piece that is not in your collections yet, it doesn't work. So you have to be sure that whatever weapon or armor piece that you discovered is, here. And once you have it, you can focus it. Yeah, I don't know why they did that way, so it is what it is. It's Bungie. So I want to give you a warning about that. Be sure that you have the weapon in your collections or armor piece in your collections. And once you do, you can focus it whatever you want. Now, I heard that some armor pieces like class items, or I heard chest pieces, have been a pain to everybody, but the only possible way to get decent drops of armor for both class item or chest pieces for your other characters is either you complete the Drowning Labyrinth Quest on your other characters, but if it does not show up, your only option other than that is play the Sundered Doctrine on master difficulty. That's what I heard from the community. They said about that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And that's the end of the video, ladies and gentlemen. So, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and check out my YouTube channel for the latest Destiny 2 and other gaming content. And also, if you want to get notified and for extra content, you can check out my socials, which the links will be down in the description box below. That is all, my fellow Guardians. This is Delta 115, signing out.